A very good morning and welcome to the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha Television and the perfect show to kickstart your day, starting with the headlines. Akhilesh Yadav made a Samajwadi Party chief. Shivpal Yadav removed as the state party president. Mulayam Singh terms decisions illegal. Feud over party symbol likely to reach election commission. Banks announce cut in lending rates. State Bank, PNB, UIB slash benchmark rates by up to 90 basis points. Fuel prices hiked. A third increase in petrol prices in a month, costlier by 1.29 rupees. Diesel hiked by 97 paise a litre. Two Indians among 39 killed in mass shooting at Istanbul nightclub on New Year's Eve. Victims identified as Abis, Hasn, Rizvi and Khushi, Shah. Manhunt on for the attacker. And Somdev Devvarman announces retirement from professional tennis, says the right time to quit as passion with which he played earlier was dying. Our top focus, the Samajwadi Party is likely to move the Election Commission to stake a claim to fight on the party symbol in the upcoming UP elections. Well, the cycle symbol faces the threat of being frozen if rival factions of the ruling party in the state stake claim to it. Now, the move has been necessitated after the faction headed by Akhilesh Yadav made him the party's national president at the convention on Sunday. Well, Akhilesh's camp has authorized him to constitute a national executive, parliamentary board and various state units as required and inform the Election Commission of the developments at the earliest. Now, should Akhilesh take a claim for the symbol, then the commission would have to give notice to the other side and go through the process of hearing both the factions before deciding one way or the other. Well, the special national executive of the Samajwadi Party convened by Ram Gopal Yadav on Sunday elected Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav as the party's national president. Well, Mulayam Singh and Shivpal were not present at the meeting, but soon after, Mulayam Singh termed the decision as unconstitutional. He later expelled cousin Ram Gopal Yadav from the party.
Lucknow's Gyaneshwar Mishra Park witnessed a high-voltage political battle between the warring factions of the Samajwadi Party on Sunday. While Akhilesh Yadav was crowned party chief, the convention also displaced Shivpal Yadav from the post of state president and expelled Amar Singh, Mulayam's aide, who has been held responsible by the Akhilesh camp for scripting the internal feud.
पार्टी के प्रदेश अध्यक्ष मनमाने तरीके से नेताजी के नाम पर फैसले लेते रहे, असंवैधानिक फैसले लेते रहे। पार्टी के पार्लियामेंट्री बोर्ड की कोई मीटिंग नहीं बुलाई गई। इसके बाद भी पार्टी के उम्मीदवारों का डिक्लेरेशन होता रहा।
The Akhilesh camp claimed support of 200 out of the 229 MLAs, around 30 MLCs and a majority of office bearers of district units. Soon after being proposed as the national president of the party, Akhilesh Yadav said his respect for his father was more than ever and that he would stand against those conspiring against the party.
जो मेरी जिम्मेदारी है बेटे की हैसियत से, अगर पार्टी बचानी पड़े तो पार्टी बचाएंगे, अगर परिवार के लोगों को बचाना पड़ेगा तो परिवार के लोगों पर सहयोग खड़ेंगे, अगर मुझे कोई भी त्याग करना पड़ेगा, कोई भी जिम्मेदारी लेनी पड़ेगी केवल बचाने के लिए, तो मैं आगे आऊंगा।
In a clear shift of the balance of power in the party, top SP leaders from the old guard, including Raman Singh and Vice President Kiranmoy Nanda, attended the meet and extended support to Akhilesh. Nanda and Naresh Agarwal, however, were later expelled from the party by Mulayam Singh. Meanwhile, Akhilesh supporters continued to chant for their leader, even writing letters in blood. Mulayam Singh Yadav, however, termed the National Convention unconstitutional and dismissed the proposals passed in it as illegal. He announced the decision to expel Ram Gopal Yadav for 6 years after a meeting of the party's Central Parliamentary Board, which was attended by Shivpal Yadav. The letter issued after a parliamentary board meeting attended by Shivpal blamed Ram Gopal Yadav for conspiring to harm the party. Now, Mulayam has also convened a national convention of the party on January 5th.
Mulayam Singh Yadav seems to have taken the risk of handling Akhilesh as a rebel in the party. With UP elections just days away, this decision will create confusion among the party cadre. It may also result in split in the party's vote share. But the pertinent question remains, will this feud help the Samajwadi Party reap electoral benefits, or it will result in electoral disaster? Reporting from Lucknow with camera person Shiv Kumar, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
Well, various political parties have now reacted to the fast-paced political developments in Uttar Pradesh. Now, the BJP and the Congress have said that this has dented the image of the party further in the state. The left, however, hope that Akhilesh will follow the Samajwadi Party principle and guide his party in the future.
Taking the people for granted. People are very unhappy, very upset. They will reject the Samajwadi Party in lock, stock and barrel. Already, people are disillusioned with the Samajwadi Party misrule because of corruption, because of lawlessness, and now because of this family feud.
इससे समाजवादी पार्टी का कोई अच्छा इमेज नहीं बन रहा. इससे आवाम के अंदर बहुत बुरा असर पड़ रहा है और समाजवादी पार्टी के लीडरों की इस झगड़े से उत्तर प्रदेश के आवाम को कोई खुशी नहीं हो रही है.
उनको तो हम मतलब यही शुभकामनाएं देंगे कि जिम्मेदारी को वो पूरा करें, और ये भी हम अपेक्षा करते हैं कि समाजवादी सिद्धांतों के आधार पर वो समाजवादी पार्टी को यूपी के अंदर आगे ले जाएं और देश में भी.
मैं समझता हूं कि मुलायम सिंह जी को इस बात का आभास हो गया था कि पार्टी में अखिलेश यादव की लोकप्रियता काफ़ी है और उनको नज़रअंदाज नहीं किया जा सकता.
Well, for more on this, let's go across to my colleague Kriti Mishra, who's joining us live from Lucknow. Kriti, very good morning. Now with Akhilesh Yadav establishing his supremacy in the Samajwadi Party through a massive coup of sorts, Uttar Pradesh, it seems, is in for a new kind of politics.
Right, Aishwarya, the infighting within the Samajwadi Party reached a crescendo on Sunday when Akhilesh was declared SP chief in the national convention convened by Ram Gopal Yadav. In fact, Akhilesh's camp tried to lay siege and also captured Samajwadi Party headquarters here at 19 Vikramaditya Marg. So now there are important questions rising here, Aishwarya, whether it's actually a past struggle or it's a scripted move. Now, three conspiracy theories are doing rounds. One, that it was a scripted move just to establish and settle leadership issues conclusively and for all times to come. Secondly, it was Samajwadi Party's special play just to grab media headlines ahead of crucial assembly elections. And thirdly, that political opponents have played the catalyst just to brew feud and dissent within the party. But all the experts are saying that in either of these scenarios, the political majority of Samajwadi Party is being questioned whether it can really afford this kind of feud with elections just days ahead of it. So, Aishwarya, what we have to focus now is whether Mulayam Singh Yadav would approach the EC and lay claim on the symbol. So, of course, today's development would be important, and let's see how this family feud plays here on. Aishwarya.
But Kriti, at the same time, as far as Mulayam Singh Yadav is concerned, his camp quickly struck back yesterday, calling the convention as unconstitutional and also expelling prominent party other leaders like Ram Gopal Yadav as well as Naresh Agarwal. So it seems the UP Chief Minister, with his massive show of strength, actually has had won the day that day.
Well, that's right, Aishwarya. One fact has been established that Akhilesh Yadav of 2016 is very different from Akhilesh Yadav of 2012. Earlier, we remember him as a young scion of the Samajwadi Party. He used to work under the shadow of his father and used to be influenced by the decisions of his uncles. But now, of course, after the massive show of strength on Saturday, where the Akhilesh camp claimed that more than 190 MLAs have supported him, and after yesterday's national convention, party cadres supporting Akhilesh have been charged again, and they're saying that they're working tirelessly just to make sure that Akhilesh Yadav throngs to power once again. So, of course, it would be interesting to see whether this entire development would lead to split in the party's vote share. Aishwarya.
Right, Kriti, you just stay with us, so we'll just come back to you. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address a public rally in Lucknow today. Well, this will be the first after the expiry of 50-day grace period of demonetization. Well, the Prime Minister is expected to make some important announcements at the rally ahead of the UP polls. also coming as it does as the internal fight within this ruling Samajwadi party plays out in Uttar Pradesh. The rally has assumed more significance. While all the senior state leaders are putting in their might to make the rally a success, now cabinet ministers and MPs representing UP at centre have also reached the state capital. Now, party chief Amit Shah is also expected to share the days with Prime Minister, while the people are expecting some crucial UP-specific announcements from the Prime Minister. The state leadership thinks that he would focus his speech more on the issues of corruption, digital transactions, as well as economic reforms, besides discussing the state affairs. Well, apart from Amit Shah, the likes of Rajnath Singh, Kriti Mishra, Uma Bharti and party's national office bearers are also likely to be present on the stage with the Prime Minister. Well, this party is expecting over 10 lakh people to be present for the rally. All right, let's go back to my colleague Kriti Mishra is joining us live from Lucknow. Kriti, now this is a golden opportunity really for the opposition amid a high political drama between the warring SP factions as to how it reacts and how it makes sure that it actually uses this opportunity to the best of its best it can. What do you think is going to happen when Prime Minister addresses this rally today?
Well, Aishwarya, this rally of Prime Minister is extremely crucial because this is going to be the first public rally that he would be addressing after the grace period of demonetization ended on 30th of December. So it's extremely important how he tries to connect with the people. Well, party leaders are saying that his speech is completely going to focus on corruption, on black money, on issues like digital transactions, on the economic reforms that were announced by the Prime Minister. But it is very important that he's going to address the rally in the state capital at the time when the first family of Uttar Pradesh, which is the Samajwadi party and the Yadav family, there's a bitter infighting going on within the family. So he is likely to target them as well and target all the political opponents. So the state unit of Bharatiya Janata Party here, they've gone full throttle to make this rally a mega success. To tell you, Aishwarya, they're expecting a turnout around of 7 lakh people. There are at least 14,000 buses and 50,000 small vehicles that would be used to ferry people to the venue. So people from all across the state are expected to throng the capital here in Lucknow just to listen to the Prime Minister. Aishwarya.
All right, Kriti, thank you so much for those details. We'll keep coming back to you. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi is in fact scheduled to address this mega rally in Lucknow today. And he's likely to announce some pro-poor schemes ahead of the UP Assembly polls. But this is very important that this rally comes at the time when there is a huge internal feud within the Samajwadi that is actually threatening to split the party wide open. Meanwhile, let's continue with the bulletin. Continuing the attack on the note ban decision. Now, opposition parties attack the Prime Minister for failing to show sensitivity towards people due to demonetization in his address to the nation. Now, while the Congress called Narendra Modi a merchant of false promises, the left attacked him for delivering a budget speech in the view of forthcoming assembly polls in Uttar Pradesh. The NDA, however, once again said that Prime Minister's New Year's Eve announcement will benefit poor and farmers.
मुझे लगता है कि 2017 का एजेंडा भी इसके साथ ले होगा, जिसमें अधिक साधनों का व्यय सरकार करेगी कि अर्थव्यवस्था और बड़ी हो और विश्व की सबसे बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था बने। मैं देखता हूं कि 2017 में गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज टैक्स लागू भी हो जाएगा।
जब तक यह वर्ग समृद्धशाली नहीं होंगे, जब तक यह ताकतवर नहीं होंगे, तब तक भारत भी किसी भी सूरत में समृद्धशाली भारत नहीं बन सकता, ताकतवर भारत नहीं बन सकता है।
He has not solved any problems of the people, common people who are suffering because of demonetization. He did not touch the farmers' issue except that the loan, what he is going to give is with less interest.
अमीरों के साथ है ये सरकार और आम जनता के ऊपर आर्थिक शोषण को और तेज कर रहे हैं। ये स्पष्ट रूप से नजर आ गई सबको।
ये जरूर उनसे सुनना चाहते थे कि अब तक कितने डिपॉजिट हो गया। ये जो कैश का संकट खड़ा हुआ है, वो कैसे उसका समाधान होगा।
And the Congress party will launch a nationwide movement in 3 phases from today against demonetization. Well, the party has dubbed it the biggest scam of the independent India. Well, the party on Sunday alleged that Prime Minister Narendra Modi's New Year Eve speech of demonetization has turned out to be an uncontrolled forest fire and has claimed several lives and crippled the economy of the country. Now, hitting out at the Prime Minister for calling a note ban a Shuddhi Yagna, senior Congress leader Prithviraj Chauhan said that the Prime Minister did not provide any data on how much black money was wiped out due to demonetization. He also claimed that the scheme of financial assistance to pregnant women was actually started by the UPA government. Chauhan further said that the speech also did not have any clarity on the legal issues raised over note ban and the compensation for deaths due to demonetization exercise.
What was said in the speech, he did not give any hard data. He did not tell us how much money had come back. In fact, he doesn't have to tell us. We know for a fact that entire amount of black money, which was of the people, has been allowed to be converted to white money.
On to some other news now. Well, after experiencing a surge of deposits, now banks have announced a rate cut in lending rates for maturities on Sunday. The country's largest lender, State Bank of India, has slashed the lending rates by 0.9% across various maturities. The bank has also reduced MCLR from 8.9% to 8% for 1-year tenure. Well, other public sector lenders, PNB and UBI, have also brought down the benchmark interest rate by up to 0.9%. Now, PNB has cut its 1-year MCLR rate by 0.7% to 8.45% from the present 9.15%. Similarly, the Union Bank of India has also reduced its MCLR by 0.65 to 0.9% to 8.65%. Well, the move comes after Prime Minister Narendra Modi asked banks to pay special attention towards the need of poor and middle class.
अपील की थी कि बैंकों को विचार करना चाहिए गरीबों के लिए, विकास के लिए और नए-नए उपकरण करने चाहिए। तो आज कुछ बैंकों ने अपने बेस इंटरेस्ट रेट में कमी की है, ये बहुत ही प्रसन्नता की बात है। मैं ऐसे सारे बैंकों का अभिनंदन करता हूं। नोटबंदी का कार्यक्रम देश को बदलने का कार्यक्रम है।
And the price of petrol has been hiked by 1.29 rupees per litre and diesel by 97 paise per litre. But the revised rates are now effective from midnight. In a statement, the nation's biggest fuel retailer, Indian Oil Corporation, said that the current level of international product prices of petrol and diesel and rupee US dollar exchange rate warrants a decrease in selling price of petrol and diesel. Now, IOC further said that it would continue to monitor the movement of prices in the international oil market and the rupee-dollar exchange rate and revise prices accordingly. Now, these are the new rates for fuel following the revision. And now a look at the events that are lined up for the day in the day ahead. To find a solution to the vexed issue of fishermen, India and Sri Lanka will hold a record second ministerial level meeting in Colombo today. The meeting comes amid frequent incidents of Sri Lankan Navy personnel firing at Indian fishermen in the Park Strait and seizing their boats. The first round of discussions was held in November in New Delhi with a view to arrive at a permanent solution to the issue. The Supreme Court will pronounce its crucial order in the BCCI versus Lodha committee matter today. Well, apart from the larger issue of reconstitution of the board, the future of the BCCI president Anurag Thakur also hangs in the balance. The Lodha panel has put forward the name of former Home Secretary G.K. Pillai to observe the BCCI administration, as it wants the current office bearers to be removed for not implementing its recommendations in full. Nepal's Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal will table the Constitution Amendment Bill in Parliament today. Well, an agreement was reached on Saturday between the senior leaders of CP and Maoist and the leaders of Madheshi Morcha to support the holding of local elections. Well, the amendment bill aims to accommodate the demands of the agitating Madheshi and ethnic groups that include citizenship and boundary demarcation issues, among others. On to some other news now. Well, suspected Pakistan-affiliated operatives have hacked the official website of the elite National Security Guard and, defaced it with a message against the Prime Minister and anti-India content. Well, officials said that the hacking attempt was noticed early on Sunday and the URL was blocked soon after by the counter-terror force from its headquarters. Now, the hackers, identifying themselves as a lone injector, posted the offensive content on the site's home page. Official sources said that the hacking attempt could have been carried out by Pakistan-affiliated hackers, though they were still trying to ascertain exact details in this regard. Well, the website belonging to the Black Cat Commandos is maintained from the NSG headquarters in the national capital, and it gives out basic information about the force, its origin, as well as its operations. Well, the matter has been brought to the notice of National Informatics Centre and remedial action is in process. Meanwhile, Pakistan has said that India's bid at the United Nations to ban Masood Azhar was politically motivated and replete with frivolous information. Now, this comment comes 2 days after Pakistan's close ally China blocked the proposal to get the JEM chief and Pathankot terror mastermind listed as a global terrorist. Now, Pakistan has said that in the coming days, Pakistan will share with the United Nations and the members of the international community what it claims is additional evidence of Indian involvement in terrorism in Pakistan. Remember, China had blocked India's proposal to get a Pakistan-based Azhar listed as a global terrorist by the United Nations, citing lack of consensus on the issue. In the last 9 months, China has twice put a technical hold on listing Azhar as designated terrorist that would have forced imposition of asset freeze and travel ban on him by countries including Pakistan. And 2 Indians were among the 39 killed in the mass shooting at an Istanbul nightclub on New Year's Eve. Well, the deceased Indians have been identified as Abis Hasn Rizvi, son of former Rajya Sabha MP and noted builder of Bandra in Mumbai, Akhtar Hassan Rizvi and Khushi Shah from Gujarat. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed condolences over these deaths. The attack suspect, who was apparently dressed as a Santa Claus, forced his way into the New Year party being held at one of the best nightclubs in Istanbul, the Riena Club, and then he fired bullets on partygoers after midnight. More than 600 people were present in the nightclub at the time. Well, apart from the 2 Indians, at least 15 foreigners were killed in the attack and 70 others were injured. Well, a manhunt is on in Turkey to search for the assailant. No group has claimed responsibility for the attack yet.
Bilgi çerçevesinde bir kişi olduğu gözüküyor. Yani birden fazla kişi değil. Ve bir mont, pantolon şeklinde içeriye silahla tarayarak.
And the United Nations Security Council has unanimously approved a resolution supporting a Russian-Turkish peace initiative for Syria, including an ongoing ceasefire. Well, the resolution has a call for rapid, safe and unhindered delivery of humanitarian aid throughout Syria. Well, the resolution also welcomes a plan for talks in Kazakhstan between the Syrian government and opposition ahead of the resumption of UN broker talks in Geneva in February. Russia and Turkey announced the third ceasefire last week, seeking to end the nearly 6 years of civil war in Syria.
We have voted in favor of this resolution because it strikes the right balance, cautious optimism and support, predicated on hope, but tempered by a realistic need to wait to see how this arrangement is implemented before casting the full weight of the Security Council behind it. We would highlight 2 key points. Our hope is that a ceasefire will truly hold.
Очень важная инициатива. Говорит она, как это подтверждает и принятая нами сегодня резолюция,
о необходимости соблюдения и переустановления в Сирии режима прекращения боевых действий, о проведении очень важной встречи в столице Казахстана, которая через 2,5 часа.
And expelled Russian diplomats from the United States left Washington on Sunday. Well, this comes after US President Barack Obama ordered expulsion of 35 Russian suspected spies and imposed sanctions on 2 Russian intelligence agencies last month over the hacking of US political groups during the 2016 presidential election. Well, Russian President Vladimir Putin decided not to expel anyone in retaliation, saying that he would consider the actions of President-elect Donald Trump, who takes office on 20th of January, when deciding on further steps in US-Russia relations. On to some cricket news. Well, these are from tennis. One of India's most promising tennis stars, Somdev Devvarman, has announced his retirement from professional tennis. Well, Devvarman, currently 909th in the ATP rankings, has been missing from the circuit for a few months. His 8-year-long professional career was hampered by a recurring shoulder injury in 2012. Now, Somdev won the singles gold medal at the 2010 Commonwealth as well as Asian Games. He also made the finals of the 2 ATP Tour events, the 2000 Chennai Open as a wild card and in the 2011 South Africa Open. Well, in a Twitter message on Sunday, Somdev thanked his fans for all the support. Remember, he was conferred the country's second highest sporting honour, the Arjun Award, in 2011. That's all in this edition of news. News and updates continue on Rajya Sabha Television. Thanks for watching.